Welcome, everyone. Happy Saturday, Rev Squad. Happy March. Here it is, March. We blinked, and here we are. February is a shorter month, even though we had an extra day, but man, it was a month of flame and fire. It was an incredible month, incredible month. We're going to do a kickoff call today, which I know that most of you probably got on the kickoff call last night. So we hate to be repetitive, but honestly, right now, there's so much going on. If you're like me, your brain is kind of just like swirling and whirling and trying to take in all the things. And it's a lot. Like Eric coming on board, it's like drinking from a fire hose. I mean, that's my best analogy. But in the best stinking way possible. And so as everybody is still jumping in, go remind your friends and your team that we're live over here. I couldn't think last night that I understand how you feel. And then I've got Eric Worre calling me out on the on the call. It's like, no pressure, Eric. Thanks. But in the best way. So yeah, it was insane. He actually called me. He called me closeout night. I'm in a couple of chats. He's got a couple of chats going on, like with the new MMPs that hit last month. And then he's got one with the leaders. Then we have a very small chat with like just a handful of the top leaders. And so that's where we've been chatting a lot. And so we were chatting over there and just going over the numbers. And guys, the numbers are insane. When you look at what this company did last month, this is not normal. It's not normal in the best way. And so we were just talking about numbers, and he called me. It's like I love how he's asking you how he can help improve money. He did. Like, okay, so backstory, if you guys don't know, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but Eric and I are really good friends. And I have been in a mastermind of his for 5 or 6 years now. I can't even remember. It's been so long. So in this mastermind, we have all the top network marketers in the world, and it's an exclusive mastermind. You have to earn so much to be in it. They have monthly, actually a couple of Zooms a month. He does mastermind, like 2 to 3 day masterminds at his house that you can go to. And I started like in the very beginning when he was thinking about putting the group together, he messaged me and said, "Hey, would you be interested in this?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." Jessie Lee Ward, if you guys knew her, she was in it, and I learned so much from her. That was the point of a mastermind, is everybody came together from different companies, but everybody it's like a brainstorm session. It's like drinking from a massive fire hose, it's like drinking from 2 fire hoses, because you've got all the top producers in the world in this mastermind. And so that's been such a blessing for me. I talked about it a lot in the beginning when I first started, and then I kind of stopped talking so much about it because it was more just, that was like my personal development. That's where I went to really learn. And the systems that I've developed and the systems that I've brought to the team, I learned a lot of them from there. Eric helped me develop some of them like 4 years ago. And so yes, Jessie Lee, she was a very good friend of mine, and oh, dagger to the heart. Anyway, not going to get caught up on that one. But I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot from Jessie Lee. We all learned from each other. And so he has always been a huge fan of Monat. He actually was at our second Monations ever, Eric was, and he trained for a full day, which was super, super, super cool. Back then we had the Dare to Succeed, and I've already talked about this, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it, but back then we had the Dare to Succeed, and he held that up and he's like, "You tell your story, you do the thing. This is what you're doing to find your new people. Tell a story, read the thing, tell the story, read the thing." And we did it. And that year we had almost 700% growth in the company. So it was a phenomenal year for a lot of reasons, but everybody was doing the same thing. Literally the entire company was using the Dare to Succeed to talk to new people about their business. And that caused massive growth because we all focused on the same objective. Okay. So the person that wrote the Dare to Succeed left the company. The new person that came in and was in that position developed a whole new system, which did not work at all. I'll be honest, but it scattered everyone. And then all of a sudden, nobody knew what to do anymore. And I can remember my top leaders messaging me saying, "I don't even know what to do anymore. Like, I'm so confused. I don't want to do that presentation. We can't get the Dare to Succeed anymore." Like, it scattered everyone. And I'm using this analogy to show you the roller coaster ride of network marketing where the company's been, but the results of what we do and how impactful they can be. One small change can impact the entire flock. And this is a perfect example of it. There was other things that came into play, but the first thing we stopped doing was the one thing that really worked. And we've got to get back to simplicity. And that's the big thing. And that's what Eric does so well. He is a master at systems and simplicity. And that's it. It's like clean out the garage, man. So when he first, so back anyway, so I've been in this mastermind pretty much ever since that very first Monations. It was 2017 down in Houston. And he invited the top 10 income earners to come to the world's most powerful women in network marketing, which they do every May and June. And his wife, Marina, kind of heads that up. It's more woman entrepreneurial focused, but there's so much to learn from that. Anyway, so I went out there and that's how I met Eric and Marina. That's how we became friends. And that's when I started the mastermind. So it's been ever since then. So add the years up. I don't even know. I'm not mathing right now. And so he has all along told me, I am a huge fan of your company. He doesn't tell that to just everybody. And he's a generic coach. So he works with all companies and all leaders. And the one big rule is you don't really talk about your company within the other groups and stuff, because like it's a safe space. It's a no recruit zone, safe space. So, but he always told me, thank you, Kelly. Y'all, if you don't have the Dare to Succeed, she put it in the chat. Because I brought back the Dare to Succeed. We worked on it. Me and some leaders worked on it. We did the graphic. This is very, very similar to the original Dare to Succeed, but because our programs have changed and our packs have changed, we had to make some adjustments. And the numbers are vastly different than they were back in the beginning too, with the beauty industry. So he's always said, I'm a huge fan. And I really mean that. He said, that company, you're one of the rare companies that know they're doing it right. Like they're focusing on something that nobody really has, and they're doing it very well. And they put the science and the technology into it. They put the money into it. They work on systems. Like he has always been super complimentary, and he's always wanted me to connect him with Ray and Stuart. And I'll just skip over the part where some people at Monat were not very keen on it, on him. And so fast forward to now. And again, in December, we were talking and he's like, where's your business going? And I was talking to him about how my business was doing. And he's like, I really want you to connect me with Ray. I really feel like I can help. I really feel like we could make an impact together. And so I text Ray and said, hey, Eric wants to talk to you. I would never give your phone number out without like your permission. He's like, yeah, connect us. So we started chatting, Eric Worre, Ray, and me. And then very quickly they went on their own little chat. So all of January they were talking, and Ray kept telling me, I can't even believe, like he's giving me so much insight and so many wonderful new ideas. And we were really excited. And then he texted me as I was flying out to Director Circle, and he's like, don't tell anyone yet, but I think we're going to bring Eric on to work with us. And I'm like so excited, thinking this is going to impact this business in a way that nobody's expecting. Like people have no idea what's coming, because I know what it's like to work with Eric personally, and to have him work with the company and laser focus on the company. That's a whole nother ball game. And I think February is a perfect example of what Eric can do. Eric didn't do all that growth. He didn't personally come in and do all the growth, but he directed everyone back to one focused thing, MMP, core rank. He's the one that taught me. I've been teaching 2+4 how many years now? If you've been on my trainings for 4 years now, I teach 2+4. Eric is where I got that from. Figure out your core rank, break it down, and teach people to get there. And if you focus on that rank, core rank can duplicate all the way to the top of the comp plan. That's exactly what it is. So when they brought him on, Eric got on a Zoom with several of Jacqueline and Julie and just a handful of us, and is like, okay, what's your core rank? And I'm like, it's definitely MMP. And here's what we do, 2+4. And that's how everything started. And that's where we're at now. So the cool thing is what Eric did, he brought it in. And just like 2017, when we all had one common focus of what to do, the impact was massive. And we're seeing how when we all focus on one common goal again, the impact is massive. And this is just February. I can't even fathom where we're going to be by Monations if we continue on this same focus thing. And the one message he keeps saying to everyone, especially to me, is like, keep everyone focused. It's not just 1 month we did this big pizzazz and then now we're done and we're resting. It's like, no, this is how it should always be. We should always be focusing on this. And now we see how easy it is. Like, it's hard work, but it's easy work when you know what you're doing. When you know what to do, it doesn't make it hard. It makes it easy to focus on the daily activity that brings about the results you're looking for. And that's MMP. And now everybody that hit MMP last month, your next focus is to help the 2 people you brought in hit MMP and do 2+4. And then I'm going to fast track everyone. And we're not, Eric's like, don't talk about that yet. You're not, we're just going to focus on it. But I think this is the month that we do. How do we get our new MMPs to fast track to MMB? Because that could happen this month. We should see a lot of MMB promotions from our people that hit MMP last month. How are we going to do that? Tell them, go help 4 people do what you did last month. If you can find 4 people to do what you just did, that gets you to MMB. If 4 people do 2+4 and you do 2+4 again, you have the volume, you have the MMP leg requirement, you got 2 backup MMPs. So if these 2 MMPs don't hit the next month, you're still paid as. And that volume, that's the big thing to conquer, is getting to MMB, is the volume it takes. It's 5,000 in group volume. And so 4 people. And you want to know, let's talk money, because this is the thing. When you break down 2+4, you can make $400 to $800. And that was my conversation all month long with everybody that came in, was I can show you how to make $400 to $800. It's called 2+4, 2 business partners and 4 people that wash their hair or their skin. And that can hit MMP, our core rank. Now help 4 people do that. And you can now make $2,000 to $4,000. I broke the math down. And I say 2 to 4, it could be more than that, depending on commissions, depending on how many VIPs come on board, depending what product pack people come on board with. But that's just the basic arena of the bonuses that you can earn from fast tracking yourself from MMP to MMB. And that's doable. MMB has always seemed like such a mountain for people to get from, like MMP, like you're looking up at Mount Everest, but it's really not when you break it down with simple activity. All we have to do is help 4 people do what we just did. Okay, we did it, so why can't they do it? We can help 4 people do it, right? So that should be the focus with your MMPs that hit last month. And then we're all out going in and doing our 2+4 again. Remember, the 2+4 only works is if you're doing it every month. Every month, your minimum goal is 2+4 personally. Whether you're a new market partner or an SED, everybody should be focusing on 2+4. And that's what Jacqueline said on one of our calls. She's like, I'm personally focusing on my 2+4 first, and then I'm going after it with everybody else. Jacqueline was one of the top MMP getters last month. Like, she was, I don't even know what the number was when it was all over. It was insane. It was insane because everybody's focusing on the common goal. But don't forget, put that oxygen mask on first. You got to do the do. If you're going to expect your people to do it, you got to keep doing it. And the people that did it last month need to keep doing it. That's what causes that massive duplication. We don't just do it once and say, we did it. Okay, everybody, come on, let's go do it. You're doing it over and over and over and over and over every single month. That's just your standard goal every month personally, is 2+4. Because if you're adding 2 new business partners and 4 new VIPs every single month, guys, think of where your business could be at the end of the year. How many VIPs you've added. And VIPs, we can't forget the VIPs. We don't have to have VIPs to hit that rank, guys. But why do I say 2+4? When you've got a new market partner that came on board, they're not going to earn that $400 to $800 if they're not doing those 4 VIPs. They're not going to do it. It's not, they don't, if they come in with a big product pack and a couple of product orders, that's fine. They hit the requirements for it. But if they're not getting those 4 VIPs, guess what's going to happen? They're missing out on $210 in bonuses first. And second, next month, when they're going back to re-rank, they don't have any volume. We didn't bring in any volume builders. Your VIPs are your volume builders. We cannot forget the VIPs in this conversation. It's easy to do when you get caught up in the excitement and the hype of MMP, but you cannot forget we need those customers too. And that's a mistake I made for a long time, guys. And I promise you, you don't want to make that mistake. You want your VIPs, because that is volume, 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 volume. So, oh, Kelly posted it. VA directors with the most MMPs in their downline down to their next director. Yes, the VIP suite. So many great things and trainings about VIPs. And I really want to bring more of that in the next couple of months, because your VIPs will stick around and be your raving fans for life if you're treating them right. But that's a conversation for another day. So those are the focus and the goals for this month. I don't know if Julie made it on. She has been dealing with a lot of stuff let's see if Jules is here. I think maybe she wasn't able to get on this morning. We're going to very quickly, since we were most of us on the kickoff call last night, all of the things. Listen, if you want to know what's happening for the month, always check your email at the beginning of the month, like 9 a.m. it drops. And so you always want to go in and see, and then you can go to your back office under the resource library. No, Jules, sorry. No, a different Julie, Julie Stevens. She's like, wait, no, you are not bringing me on here. Julie is my new girl who hit MMP in like a week. She hit it in a week, and now she's on fire and has a couple of girls that are running too. And she's fire. We're gonna be bringing her on to talk pretty soon. Anyway, but so go check what all the things are that's going on. Here's the thing, guys. This month is full of all the opportunity, right? First of all, it's Customer Appreciation Month. This is the best month to bring in VIPs. Number one, they get a full-size Rejuva beads for free, and that's massive. And if you are an existing VIP, they need to fulfill a flex ship to get that free. So that's another reason. So if I were you, I have an email going out today to all of my VIPs, all of them, all of them, all of them. My assistant really is so happy about that because I have thousands. She's really happy about this email going out. Yes. So they're getting that right now. So this is a really good way to get your VIPs to go in and purchase a flex ship this month, because there's a huge thing. Then product of the month. Can we talk about product of the month? Number one, this is a product everybody needs. I don't care what your hair type is. Everybody needs the scalp care system, right? And so this is the perfect time to introduce it to your VIPs or to your viewers who have been looking and watching and lurking, because VIPs get double reward points for a product of the month. If you don't know the hidden gem that the product of the month is, plus you get double PV. It's almost $300 in personal volume. So we had, I have to shout out another one of our MMPs that hit yesterday. One of the first ones in the company to hit, they hit yesterday. And I think she's probably on here. Some of her girls are on. Lexi Beth, she's working the business with her mama, and she brought on 2 of her friends, and they are all so excited about the business. Well, they all got the product pack that's on sale for $149, and they added on that product of the month because everybody needs that. And that's a smoking deal. I don't know if product of the month can be added on to a flex ship. Do we know the answer to that, Kelly? I know you used to could not, but people are shaking their heads. I should know that off the top of my head. I don't. I know that you could not, but I feel like maybe no, people are saying no. Okay. That's kind of like double dipping, kind of double dipping, but again, think of the volume that your organization can get. If you say, listen, you're going to get this for free with a flex ship, so go get something that you need to stock up on, and then don't forget to scoop up this amazing sale. And a good way to get product of the month on a separate order is watch the flash sales. When we have a really, really good one, do the flash sale, get your free shipping, and add it on. So like max savings. Show your customers the max savings, the way to work this out the best way that they possibly can. This is so many new conversations. You should be having conversations with all of your existing VIPs, because this should boost volume massively, right? But then also with your potentials and people that are on the fence, people that have ever, go back through all of your quiz takers, go back through everybody that's ever been connected. If you're just getting started, we have a lot of new people just getting started, and your mind is probably reeling right now. These tools are going to be really great tools to help you get your first VIPs. So don't sweat it. If you're like, wait, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what is a product. I don't know what that is. What is all that? Don't worry about it. Get back with your market partner that sponsored you. They're going to go over all of it with you. But I'm just saying there are so many tools to help us have a massive, massive month with volume and all the things. They did bring back the $149 product pack with the $150 coupon. If you signed up last month with the $149, well, any product pack, those coupons do not get issued until towards the end of the month, right? So the following month after closeout. So don't worry, they're coming. You haven't been gypped. They're coming. But think about that. Their $149 investment, basically they're getting how much product? for this because they get that $150 off coupon for anything that they want. So this is a really great way to build their personal stash. And because when you become a new market partner, your first objective is get the products you're going to use and use them, because you can make the best recommendations when you're using the products that you have the best results with. So we're a recommendation-based business, right? So you're using the product and you're sharing your results, and that's what makes people want to buy it. So make sure that you're filling out like your stock. You want to get all the products. When do new VIPs get their $30 coupon? Good question. I'm not sure. I would just go read policies and procedures. The 50, yeah, the 150 goes with any product pack. It's not just the 149. Yeah, it goes with any product pack. But think of the smoke and deal that somebody on a tight budget can come in for 149, and that's regular. Yeah, girl math, free investment. Thank you, Jennifer. I love the girl math thing. It's my favorite. Okay, so Tulum, holy cow, they had to up the rooms because they got more people qualifying. It is insane. Tulum's going to be amazing. If you don't know what that means, if you're new and you're like, what's Tulum? Monade has incentive travel trips where you can earn a trip to Mexico, Tulum, in November, and qualifications are going now. And it's all based on bringing in market partners and VIPs. And volume, market partners, VIPs, and volume. This is the month that you could all qualify for Tulum with all the deals and specials that are going on. If you're smart and you go to work, you can really, really get yourself qualified. We had several people shout out in the chat if you qualified last month. I know Alicia Blanco did. I know Amy Rickabaugh did. I know Krista Parney did. Lexi Avalar. If you didn't qualify in February, what do we need to qualify this month? Well, this is an ongoing. So qualification goes through the end of July, and this is a cumulative. So you don't have to do so much in a certain month. We just have people that are killing it and got enough market partners and VIPs and volume in last month that they qualified. Yes. So make MMP for the first time this month, and they will double your GV. Thank you, Jennifer. Look at that. Here we go. All the dates, all the things. It's an all-inclusive resort, meaning your food. Like, it pays for everything you need. Like, it's insane. This is such an incredible trip, and you can take your family. You can earn 3 different levels. Well, this is for new people. You can definitely log into your back office and go under resource library and check out Passport. It'll give you all the details, the dates, all the qualifications, all the things. So this is just a perk to what we do, which is crazy to me that we get these kind of perks. So double qualification this month. Let's help as many people do that as they possibly can. And again, our focus is back to MMP. We got to build those new MMPs. So I want to see in the chat below how many of you, how many VIP or how many MMPs you want to help rank this month personally. How many? What's your goal? Did you set a goal? If you haven't set a goal, you need to. 5, 3, okay. 4 and 8, 4, 5, 3. All of that is so doable. That is so doable, all of it. See, Cassidy, if she helps 4 people hit MMP, then she's going to be MMB. Already helping 2. I love that. But I don't have any market partners right now. Well, Tammy, you got to go out and get some market partners, sister. That's the whole goal. So you need to do 2 + 4, and then you need to help them do 2 + 4. MMB is my goal. You got it. I got an MMP from affiliate. MMB is my goal. Saline. I know my girl's got it. Saline is a little feisty, and she's going to do it. I have 5 personal people that I'm working with, but I have probably 10 in lines 2, 3, 4, 5 that I'm working on helping too. And my girls are going for A and B. So MMP is where it starts. Here's the thing. This is the cool thing, is MMP is where it started last month, but it also violently affected all the other ranks because people didn't just do MMP, they went further. But also people hitting MMP triggered other rank ups. So it's amazing the snowball effect that this is causing. It's not just the new MMPs. So, I mean, the goal was, I know that they threw out a lot of goals at the beginning of the month. I think in January, we had like 156 MMPs company-wide. That's every country. And then last month it was, 700 and close to 800 bucks, 800 bucks, close to 800 MMPs. That is insane, y'all. That is not normal. That is so not normal. Remember, I'm in a mastermind with a lot of other companies. This is not normal. This is phenomenal. Yes. Okay. So if you made MMP this year and get to MMB, they will gift you 2 tickets to Monations and a 3-night hotel stay. Booyah, baby. I would show them Julie's story. It's insane. It's insane. This is insane. So much is happening. So if you're brand new, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time because this company is taking off like a rocket ship. And Eric was telling, so I want to go back to Eric calling me on closeout because we were talking about, like, I was disappointed because I didn't have as many MMPs as I wanted. My goal was, I had a certain goal that I had set at the beginning of the month and it didn't happen. Life happens sometimes. You set these goals. Don't let it get you down or trip you up if you don't reach them. They always say aim for the moon, land amongst the stars. So set your goals high enough that they scare the crap out of you. Like if your goals don't scare you, they're not high enough, right? Don't play this easy and simple. Play hard, hard, and then work hard for your goals and then be content. Because for me personally, my big goal last month, I wanted like 13 new MMPs personally. And I work with people, not just in my level one, but I wanted a Mo neighborhood. True confession, I've never had a Mo neighborhood. Never, ever, ever. In my whole entire career with Monat, I've never been a super recruiter. I'm a very consistent person. I'm probably one of the most consistent since the very, very, very beginning. I'm very consistent, but I have never, ever, 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 ever had a Mo neighborhood. And that was like I'm doing it. This month I'm doing it. I want to be able to say I've done a Mo neighborhood. And so I did that. And I was just so proud of that. But I was very disappointed in the fact that I didn't get the MMPs I wanted. And, part of that could be attributed to the fact that Gracie and I were sick for a week. That I lost some time. I lost some precious time, but life happens and sometimes things don't always go the way you want. It's okay. You got to pivot. But I was still very happy with where I was at. And I was telling Eric that, and he called me and I'm like, okay, Eric's calling me. Here we go. 45 minutes we talked and he scared the crap out of me because he said, you're my personal project and we're getting you to 1 million a month. Like, do you want 1 million a month? And I'm like, yes, I want it. And so the conversation was mind blowing. I mean, it was a mind-blowing conversation. A lot of coaching, a lot of mentoring, which that's kind of what Eric does, but he doesn't play small. And if you're gonna work with Eric, you are not playing small in any way, shape, or form. So we set some goals, we kind of set up some strategies. We're gonna set up some time to focus on anyway. But my whole point in telling you all of that is my goals. It's so funny because I told him, he said it's never been done, by the way. In the world of network marketing, some have claimed it. Nobody has ever done it. Made 1 million a month. There's people, there's coaches out there that have said they did not. And Eric told me that. And he said, so I want to see the first person to earn $1 million a month. And do I need $1 million a month? I don't. But do I need to take care of my family and make sure my little girl is taken care of for the rest of her life? I do. And so this is the way that we do it. And the fact that me, a stay-at-home mom with no college education, could possibly even think to do something like that should tell every one of you that you, sitting in your chair watching the Zoom right now, can do that too. Because if I can do something like that, there's no reason you can't. I don't have magical powers. I don't have a massive network. I don't have like all this crazy sales experience. I don't have people handing over top leaders to me to where I've got, these big, I don't have that. I have to go to work. I have to be willing to work. And we have a comp plan that can pay that. That's the important part. And that's one of the things Eric pointed out. Having a comp plan that can feasibly do $1 million a month, we have it. And I remember the first time I ever went to Miami for Miami 11 with Senior Luis, and me and Julie and Kyla and Tony and Mandy Schwartz and some others were there. And we were in that boardroom with Senior Luis, and he asked us what our goals were. And we told him, and a lot of us, it was just paying off our house. It was, one guy said he wanted a houseboat. I mean, that was, but I'm like, I want to pay my house off. I want to have money in the bank and not worry about paying my bills. That's what I want. And he's like, you're not dreaming big enough. And we all were just like shocked because we're like, this is insane. If I work my whole life, I'd be lucky to accomplish that. Just working a regular job, the things I wanted to do would take a lifetime. And he's like, you don't understand. Our comp plan was designed to pay $1 million a month. We designed it that way. So now I want to ask you again, what are your goals? Like I want you to know that's possible for you. If you want it, if you're willing to work for it, that's what's on the table. And Julie said at the end of that meeting, she said, he literally pulled the cap off our dreams. Like we thought we were dreaming big and we weren't. And he showed us how we could dream even bigger. So anybody in the company, it's there for anyone. It's there for you, whatever your goals are. Maybe you don't need $1 million a month. Maybe that's not your goal, and that's fine. But if you were to think big enough that you could actually do that, it's possible. Those are the things that are possible. It's going to take a lot of work. You have to hustle big time. You're going to have a lot of disappointments. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to hear a lot of things that discourage you. You're going to have leaders that come and go. You're going to have people that tell you no. You're going to have people that block you on social media. You're going to have people tell you that you're part of a pyramid scheme. You're going to have people that tell you you're a shyster and that you're stealing from people and you're blah, 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 blah. You're going to hear a lot of crap. We get a lot of crap. But you know what? It's from people that are not doing what you're doing. And if they're not paying your bills and they're not working on bettering their life, you don't have any time to listen to them. You don't have any time to listen to them. Those are the things that can trip us up. As an entrepreneur, those are the things that trip us up every daggum day. And in the beginning, it tripped me up a lot. And I think if you talk to any of the people that have been with Monat since the very beginning, Julie Stevens, Kyla Williamson, Tammy Fee, Stephanie Mize, like there's a lot of them that would say, Monica Hobbs, she's been here since the very beginning, Amy Sloan, they've heard a lot of it. And you know what the difference is? The people that quit along the way is they believed it. And the people that are still here, they know the truth. They know what's possible. And more important than everything, their goals and their family are worth working through those things. Your life cycle as an entrepreneur will always be this, especially in the network marketing. It's going to be like this because people are ridiculous and awful. You got the haters out there watching, and the truth is they're just not able to do what you do, and they hate it and they're jealous. There's people that are so caught up in their beliefs of what we do and how wrong it is. They just don't understand. Most people just don't understand, and that's okay too. But you can't let them see you sweat, and you can't let it get to you. The no's should just fuel you to go after the yeses. And so the reason I'm saying all of that is analyze your goals this month, because this company, we are blasting off in ways that you can't even imagine. The kind of growth we're experiencing is so not normal for a 10-year-old company. It is so not normal, especially right now in today's economy. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. This can just be a small, tiny section of what's to come. And so you have to decide today what you want out of your business with Monat. You have to decide today how many lives you want to change with the opportunity that you have. And then you have to set some guidelines and a map to get where you want to go. It's one thing to say, I want to make $1 million a month. It's another way to know how to do it and to do the work that gets you there. So everybody at the beginning of the month, this crazy, insane month, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling very overwhelmed. I got a lot of irons in the fire, trust me. And then my little girl woke up today throwing up. So I'm like, it's just like when it rains, it pours. But you have to set your goals. Be real with yourself. Don't play small. Don't play small. Play big. Play big enough that it scares the crap out of you. But set your goals. What do you really, really want from your business? Set 2 goals. Set your monthly goals. What do I want now? Like we started with how many MMPs do you want to get this month? How many MMBs do you want to get this month? Let's add that number down there. Throw in the chat below how many MMBs you'd like to help hit MMB. If you're running for MMB yourself, you should at least be hoping to get 2 people to MMB. Because guess what that's going to do to your volume? And then the next thing you're going to be knocking on the door of is MM. We're not even going to get there. We'll talk about that next month. So I want to see, let me see. 2. Come on. We got 92 people on this call. 3 MMPs. Ashley, that's good. How about MMBs? How many MMBs you want to help get to MMB? 2. I have 4 people that I want to help get to MMB this month. I have 4 people that are in the running, helping 5 people rank up this month. That's good. That is good. 2 MMBs is my goal too. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Does that make you nervous to say that? Does it kind of make you a little bit nervous to say that? At least when I'm trying to re-rank to MMB, but dream bigger. Yes, Ashley. Yes, my girl. Cassidy, my girl too. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. If it scares you, then you're good. If it's not scaring you and it's just real comfortable, I want to get to MMA myself. I haven't hit that yet and would love to help my newest MMA. Okay. So there you go. See, Stephanie, that's the cool thing, girl, because if you're going, come on, let's do it together. How easy it is to say, this is what I'm doing. Do it with me. You got to be duplicatable. And when we're duplicating 2 + 4 = MMP, now do it 4 times, it gets you to MMB. Do that 6 times, you're an MM. Do 6 times MM, you're a director. 6 times you're a senior director. Boom, boom, boom. You're hopscotching over some of those ranks in between. But let's be real. MMP, MMB, MM, director, senior director, those are the big slots. There's ranks in between, but those are the big slots you're working for. And you can duplicate the math to get there. You can girl math your way up there. And it's by duplicating that core rank over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. We have overcomplicated this for long enough. It's time to clean out the garage, as Eric was saying, and it's time to just hyper focus on the activities that work. Download the Dare to Succeed, print it off, and read it to 20 people this week. Find 20 people, like Eric told us last night. Practice. Can I just practice on you? Tell your story. And remember, your story is your life before Monat, what you didn't like about it. You found the solution with Monat, and you're excited about the future because. So my life before Monat, we were coming out of bankruptcy, and I was a stay-at-home mom with a kid that needed me 24/7, and I needed something I could do from home. I hated not being able to pay my bills. I hated feeling like I had failed my family, and I wanted something better. So I was praying for a solution, and that solution came in the form of Monat. I said yes, and then I went to work. And it was a long, hard road, but you know what? This has been the best career choice I've ever had in my life, and now my life looks completely different. And I love helping others do the same thing. That was a 30-second, 40-second commercial. That's your story. Your life before Monat, what you didn't like about it. You found the solution with Monat. And don't make this a 10-minute story. I'm talking 30, 40 seconds. And then now you're so excited because it changed your life. If you're brand new and it hasn't changed your life yet, then you're so excited because you're working on earning $400 to $800 this month, or you're working on earning $2,000 to $4,000 this month, and you want to help as many people as you can do the same thing. That's what you're saying. So no matter where you are in your business, you can come up with your 30-second elevator pitch. That's what Eric calls it, your 30-second elevator pitch. Tell it to me. What is it? And those are the 4 things that you follow. So go read it to 20 people, download the Dare to Succeed and read it. It's designed to tell your story, do the thing. Don't wait on your upline to help you talk to people. Like, your upline should be helping you do that if you're new, especially, but take the initiative. You are your own business owner. When I first started, Tony just started when I did. Me and Julie started together. Me and Kyla started together. Like, we were all figuring it out together. So I didn't have somebody to say, hey, could you do this for me? I had to figure it out. And we did. And we told our story and why we were so excited about this opportunity and how much the products were awesome. And then we went over the ways that they could get involved. And so that's basically what the Dare to Succeed does for you. It takes all the guesswork out of it. You just read it. You just tell your story, read it, and then give them a call to action. And this is what Eric teaches us. And on a scale of, the call to action is like, it's time to join. Don't be afraid to close the deal. We don't know how to close the deal. We don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about how to close the deal. How do you close the deal? Okay, I've told you my story and why I'm doing it, why I thought of you. Now here's the facts. This is who the company is. This is where we're going. This is how much you could earn right now. If you do 2 + 4, it's $400 to $800. I could show you how to fast track that to $2,000 to $4,000 if you're really interested. And then now the deal is you just pick your pack and get started. And then I will help you do 2 + 4 because that's what I'm doing. I'm going to help you do exactly what I'm doing. And so here's your product pack options. We've got some incredible deals going on this month. You could literally join the business for $149, get your own personal use products and get your business started. And then you're going to have a huge back office. You get your free own online virtual storefront. So that's what you have to do to get started. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, 10 being very, what are you? What's your number of interested in doing this right now? Because I'm ready to roll with people like right now. You got to create the urgency and tell them they need to do it right now. Now, there's no better time than right now. If you ask them what they think, so what did you think? Never ask them what they think. Ask them what they liked best. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, 10 being very, where are you at? And Eric always says, if it's more than a 2, you've got working room. If they're a 1, then you want them to be a customer. You know what? I understand this isn't for everyone. I would truly love your support with a business. You're going to love the products. And if it's still a no, then say, you know what, I understand. That's fine. Do you know of anybody that could use $200 to $400 or $400 to $800 this month? Ask for the referral. Sometimes they'll do that for you. Ask for the referral. Or anybody that washes their hair. Do you know of anybody that washes their hair? You know of anybody that washes their face? I mean, it's going to make them think, right? See if they'll give you a referral. So Either way, they fall into the circle somewhere. So it's a numbers game. Now you know what to do. If you're brand new or if you've been in this for 10 years and you don't know what to do, tell your story, do the thing, close the deal. Tell the story, do the thing, close the deal. And then show them how to do 2+4. Go read this to 20 people. Let's do a launch event. We're going to do a wine and wash. We're going to get the product on people's hair. How do you have 3 to 5 friends that maybe would like to have their hair washed or want to come over and have some yummy snacky food, and we'll do a facial or we'll do whatever. Like, pick what you want to do. You want to do a spa event? Do you want to do a fun, it's kind of like your own, brick and mortar ribbon cutting. Like, we're just going to do this fun little event. You're going to invite your friends over, you're going to tell the story, you're going to do the thing, and then you're going to show them the products. Let them play in the makeup. Like, who doesn't love to do that? And we're just going to have fun. It's going to be fun. And you're going to tell your story, do the thing, close the deal. Tell your story, do the thing, close the deal. Say it with me. Tell your story, do the thing, close the deal. It's not hard. We have overcomplicated it for long enough. And I think February, if it tells us anything, it shows us that we have been. And 2016, 2017, the massive 700% growth that we had, that told us that we were doing the right thing. We just got away from it. We got to get back to it. And now we have the same tools that we had then. We've got Eric in our corner now, which, let me tell you, fire hose drinking time. It's just going to go up from here. It's just going to get crazier and more intense from here. But every one of you have what it takes right now to start your own momentum. Julie said on our kickoff call in January, we don't ride the wave, we create them. Create your own wave. Quit looking around and waiting for somebody to help you do this. Do it. It's up to you. It's not up to Julie to make you do what you're supposed to do. It's not up to Kelly to make her team do this. It's not up to Joanna O'Brien to make her team do this. It's not up to Rosie Dorn. It's not up to Sophia. It's not up to Melissa. It's not up to Beverly. It's not up to Kristen. It's up to you to create your own momentum. It's up to you to create your own wave. And we know how. You don't have to know every word of our policies and procedures to start. You don't have to know every ingredient and every product we have to start. You just have to get out there and ask people, do you need to earn $400 to $800 this month? That is my personal goal. I want to help as many people do that as I can. Let me show you how. Are you open to more information? And when they say yes, guess what you do? You tell your story, you do the thing, you close the deal. You tell your story, you do the thing, you close the deal. Doing the thing, reading the Dare to Succeed. If you've gotten onto any of my opportunity Zooms on Thursday nights, that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm going by. I tell my story, I do the thing, I give a call to action, which is closing the deal, but that's up to the market partner to close the deal. But that's how we close it. If you've ever wondered, how do I close the deal? That's how you close it. That's how Kendall has taught her team, because she read Eric Worre's book, Go Pro. If you guys don't have the book, go get it. It's on Amazon. I think it's on Amazon. You can get it through him too, but like, get the book. It's an easy read, and he outlines a simple system of how to reach out to people, how to onboard people, and how to share your story. And now we have the tool of Dare to Succeed. And so you have everything you need in your possession to be successful. You have everything you need to be $1 million a month earner. You just gonna have to tell your story, do the thing, and close the deal a whole bunch of times. And you're gonna have to teach a whole bunch of people to do the same thing. And you're gonna have to breathe that belief in them that they can do it. Because listen, look at Julie Stevens. Let's use her as an example. She didn't even graduate high school. She didn't graduate high school. She's the #1 income earner of all time with Monat Global right now. Pretty sure she's earned over 16 million in commissions now. Pretty sure. Give or take some change. A little change. She didn't graduate high school. Your life up to here doesn't matter at all in your qualifications to do this. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you didn't go to college. I don't care if you didn't graduate high school. I don't care. None of that has any bearing on whether or not you can do this. The question is not, can you do it? Anybody can do this. The question is, are you going to do it? Have you been doing it? If you wonder where your business, somebody mentioned in the chat, I don't know who it was, Kelly dropped the Dare to Succeed in the chat several times, guys. Go download it, print it off. I laminate it. I got a laminator on Amazon Prime for 20 bucks. I laminate it. I have one in my office. I have it on my phone. I usually keep one in my car. Anywhere I go, anything I do, I'm ready to present this because it takes 10 minutes to read that. It takes 30 seconds to read your story or tell them your story. If you don't know how to do your story, that's your homework. Write it down and practice. Go in front of the mirror and practice. Your life before Monat, what you didn't like about it, you found the solution, and now you're excited about the future because those are your 4 points of your story. Everybody follows the same story. And then, yeah, Kelly coming in clutch with all the goodness. And then tell your story, read, do the thing and close the deal on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, 10 being very much. Where are you? If it's anything more than a 2, you can work with them. Okay. And how do you work with them? I want to go over that real fast. How do you work with them? You say, okay, so if you're a 3, that means you have some concerns. So what are they? Like, what are your concerns? And they'll tell you. Don't ask them what they think. What are your concerns? What's holding you back here? What's making you indecisive? And I can tell you the top 3 reasons that people are going to list is I don't have the money, I don't have time, I don't have the experience. I'm not a salesperson. I don't know how to do that. And probably the number 4 is I don't have a big network. They probably will tell you they don't have a big network. And all of those objections can be overcome. And Julie teaches the feel, felt, found method. I understand how you feel. Like, so I don't have enough money. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. We just came out of bankruptcy. We didn't have any credit card debt. I had 1 credit card for emergencies only. And my husband had literally just told me, we're not going to join any more of those network marketing companies because they don't work for people like us. We just don't know how to do that. It's great for some people. It's just not for us. That's where I was at. But you know what? I put it on that credit card. And I decided because of the bonuses I could earn up front, if I could just do this 2 + 4, back then it was 3 + 3. But if I could just do that, I could pay it off before the bill came in. Maybe I just won't even tell him, which I totally did. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but here's what I found, right? And so if it's money, here's what I found. I understand how you feel. Like Amy Sloan had a garage sale. She went and looked around her house for stuff to sell, and she sold stuff to pay for a product pack. Go find some things to sell on Marketplace. How much do you want it? You can give an excuse or you can go to work. Like, those are the things, and give them solutions. Sometimes they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to find the solution. So help them overcome the objections. Okay. So that was the money. Now I don't have time. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. I have a special needs daughter that 24/7. My husband has a full-time business. I got a family. I had kids in high school that were doing basketball games, and we were trying to juggle all the things. It was hard. But what I found, because it's a home-based business and because you can work digitally, anywhere I had my phone, I could put in an hour or 2. And I found that working even part-time, I could earn $400 to $800 a month comfortably. And for me, when I started, 500 was my number. I can breathe if I can do that. I can help pay that phone bill. I can buy some groceries. So show them a solution. This is what I found. So I can make money working exceptionally part-time. It really can fit in the nooks and crannies of your life. Okay, so I'm not a salesperson. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. I was a stay-at-home mom. I transplanted from California to Oklahoma. I had no network. I was plain Jane mama that was at home with kids. I had no network except for friends and family. And then on Facebook, I had my friends from high school that we were friends. Like, I had no network. I had less than 600 followers between Facebook and Instagram. TikTok wasn't even a thing. But here's what I found. I found products that I really loved. I found an opportunity that was really earning me some money, and I just started sharing that organically, and that grew. But then I reached out, and the average funeral has 200 people. We know at least 200 people. I mean, you think that, but I promise you know more than you do. And then also, the next question I usually will ask is, how many people do you know that wash their hair? How many people do you know that wash their face? Do you know anyone that wears makeup? Do you know anyone that takes like wellness and supplements? It's everyone you know, and it's everywhere you go. So when you're in the school pickup line, there's other moms that feel just like you, that probably need $400 to $800, and they'd probably love really great hair care that doesn't break the bank. So you have to provide the solution to the problem that they've brought to you. That's overcoming objections. So you can turn a 2 into a 10 like that if you overcome the objections, not in a condescending way, but in a very realistic way. And then I'm not a salesperson. Oh, goodness. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. I wasn't a salesperson at all. But this is what I found. When I really love something, I can recommend it to anyone. Like, when's the last time you watched a really cute movie and you told all your friends, oh my gosh, that was so cute. Take your kids to watch it. Or when's the last time you went and ate like a sushi bowl that you absolutely were obsessed with and you told everyone, oh my gosh, you got to go with me and get the sushi bowl. You're making recommendations every day. You don't even realize it. And you're not getting paid for it. The cool thing is we're doing stuff that we're using products everybody uses, and we're just making recommendations. And I built a very successful business just making recommendations for my favorite products. So I just overcame all of the top 4 objections. Now, I'm just going to ask you again because I'd really love to help you earn $400 to $800 this month. If you think that's something you need, I'd love to show you how to do it. I'm doing it. I want to show you how to do it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all and 10 being very interested, what's your interest level? Now we're an 8. All right, let's just do it. They have a 30-day money back guarantee, so you can get your money back if it's not a fit. But I can promise you this, we have a very low return rate, which means people fall in love with the product and they realize that they can do a lot more than they think. And I want to help you do it. I believe in you. I want to show you how to do what I do. That's it. We have overcomplicated this. Now you have the blueprint. Go read, go tell your story, do the thing, close the deal with 20 people a week. Go find 20 people that have hair, that have skin, that need money, and read this, share your story. I wish I could have everybody unmute and say it with me. Share your story, do the thing, close the deal. And if you have to, overcome objections. And you know what? Guess what? If it's a 1 at the end of it, I understand it's not for everyone. Do you know of anybody that washes their hair and could use $400 to $800? I'd love for you to send them my way. I'll give you some free product as a thank you. Like if you send a referral that buys, I'll give you some free product as a thank you. I get all these cute little only for you products and they're great little trials, and I'll send you some stuff just as a thank you. So work that connection as much as you possibly can. And if it's still a no, put them to the side, put them on a no list. Kelly Roberts has a book that's this thick of all the no's she's gotten. And she has marketed to those no's consistently, and that number went down. And a lot of the people switched over to the yes category. No doesn't mean no, it means not right now. Lives change, people's circumstances change. And more importantly, you've got a viewing audience that's watching everything you do. So get loud about what you're doing, get proud about what you're doing, and people are going to watch your journey. The people that are watching your journey and telling you no now, in 3 months, their life could completely change. And now they need the opportunity, or maybe they just need to watch you for a while and have you prove it to them. Whatever the reason is, you will have no's. You're going to have more no's than you ever have yeses, but utilize them. Make a list of your no's. Be proud of your no's. Make a big no book. Make a daggone volume of all your no's. And remember to check back with them every 3 months or so, because no's change. No's change all the time. Maybe they got pregnant and want to stay home with their kids. Maybe they're getting a divorce and now they got to provide an income for their family. Maybe they want to move. Maybe they want to travel. Maybe they hate their job and got fired and they're looking for something else. So that no could very well be a yes in 3 months just because their circumstances changed. But guess what? If you're working your business and you're being loud about it, that's what Eric told me. He said, you haven't been very loud. You need to get louder. I'm gonna help you get loud. And I'm like, okay, Eric Worre, we're gonna get loud. But he's helping me. He's coaching me through that. So coach them through the no's, right? Get loud, get proud, show people what you're doing, show what it's doing, show how it's working. And then be okay with the no. Don't hound the poor people. Don't make them hate your ever loving guts and like cross you off for life. You don't want to do that. Push it, make sure you do all the steps and all the avenues. And if it's still a no, it's okay. Be okay with the no and move on. No, it takes 8 no's to get to a couple yeses. Sometimes it'll take 20 no's to get to a yes. Sometimes it'll take 30 no's to get to a yes. But I promise the yeses are around the corner if you keep up at it. Don't give up on yourself. Don't quit after a month of no's. Don't quit after a week of no's, because I promise you, you're going to get more no's than you get yeses. You're going to be a no warrior. And I think we're probably going to launch some kind of a no challenge this month. Like, I want you guys to go out and get 100 no's this month. I want you to track your no's, make a little notebook, get a journal, make a file or an album in your social media, and go for no. Because you know what? If you get 100 no's, you should at least have a handful of yeses, especially if you're overcoming objections the right way. And I just taught you how. You know how to do. Go back and watch this video over and over and over. You know how to overcome objections. You know how to overcome objections. And sometimes they just don't want to. And that's okay. Put them on that no list. Proudly write that name down. Get to 100 no's. The first person to get to 100 no's this month, me and Kelly, we're going to send them something fun. Kelly's just learning about this and she's saying, thanks, Ann. I hate you. Fine. It's okay. We'll send you a little something, something. All right. So the first person will find us a no form and throw it in the chats. And that we are winning, Saline. You got it, girlfriend. I want to see the first person that gets to know. I want names. I want dates. I want conversations. I want all the things. Track your nose. Track your nose. Kelly has a form. I think she started when she first started in the company where she was literally tracking her nose and why and what and all of that. And then she's had so many people come back and say yes and become some of her top leaders. Some of her no's came back and became her top leaders. Kelly Roberts was a no. Julie Stevens was one of my first no's. Julie Stevens, 5 days, told me no. She told me she'd pray about it, but we all know that means no. It was her, oh, bless your heart. I'll pray about it. It just kind of means no, and I don't want to hurt your feelings because I know ya and whatever. 5 days. Sasha McCracken told me no for 11 days. And she's a legacy founder, an oldie but goodie. And for 11 days, she said, for 11 and a half days, I told you no, and I regret it ever since. Right? So no doesn't mean no, it means not right now. Sometimes people just need proof. So track the proof, get loud, like Eric said, tell your story, do the thing, close the deal, overcome objections if you have to. If it's still a no, put them in your no book. You have a place to put every person you talk to now. There is no excuses. There's no reason anybody should drop out of your funnel. There's no reason you cannot be into activity. And there's no reason that you cannot do this. There's no reason you cannot do 2 + 4. Everybody in the company should do 2 + 4, whether you've hit the rank or not. It's just the new activity your business needs. And then we help 4 people get to MMP, and that makes us an MMB. And we help 6 people do MMB, that gets us to MM. We help 6 people do MM, that gets us to director. And you keep going, and you're a senior director before you know it, guys. This year can be your year for massive, explosive growth if you want it, if you're willing to claim it, and if you're willing to put the work in. But remember, you got to put your thick skin on, because you're going to hear far more no's than you hear yeses. You're going to have people that quit. You're going to have friends and family tell you you're crazy. You're going to have friends and family say, get away from me and don't ever say that to me again. You're part of one of those pyramid schemes. You're going to hear all the things. Maybe we should start a list of popular hate stuff. Compare the worst ones out there. I had somebody hang up on me. Like, I haven't heard much worse than that. But like, make a list, laugh about it, move on. It's a part of what you're going to do. This is a part of what you're going to do. Those are the humps and the bumps that we got to get over to reach the success. The success is not going to be easy, but it is there for anybody that's willing to stand it out and do the work and go after it. And now you know exactly what you need to do. If you started yesterday, if you started a year ago, if you started 5 years ago, if you started 10 years ago, and you're restarting your business like a lot of people are, you know exactly what to do after this Zoom. So it's time to go to work. I believe in you. We can do this together. As a company, we will rise and have the biggest year I believe we've ever had before. Right now is the time to be a part of this company, because it's a freaking rocket ship, man, and I'm ready for the ride. How about you? Who's ready for the ride? All right, we got this. Okay, guys, to answer your question, yes, absolutely. This is recorded. The replays will be made available in all of our chat sources. You are welcome to all of them. My teams, my groups, they're open to everyone. So share it with someone if they're not in the group. The replays will be posted everywhere. Thanks for joining us. And now it's go time. It's go time. You know what to do. Download the Dare to Succeed, print it off, and get ready. Will I be in Niagara Falls? No. What's in Niagara Falls? I've always wanted to visit Niagara Falls. Never been there. I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. All right, guys, that is it for today. I love your faces, and I am so excited about March and about the year of 2024. Let's go. Mwah.